Hi, everyone. Michael here with you for Cleveland Cavaliers recaps as well as the upcoming schedule thanks to the NBA app. The Cavs had to hold on for dear life before winning their second straight game at the expense of Washington. Jordan Clarkson and Zeddy Osman were terrific. They were combined 20 of 31 from the floor. That being said, Osman had a tough time at the foul line, and as a team, they were 45.8% on free throws. Four of the six Cavaliers scored at least 10 points, including Ante Zizic and Larry Nance Jr. Both were a big factor on the boards. Colin Sexton finished with a dozen points. I still think he is capable of more, but the bottom line is Cleveland got the result. As for the Wizards, Bradley Beal had a game-high 31 points. As for how the game went, Cleveland and Washington took turns leading, but the home team went up 26-24 after 12 minutes. The Cavs very briefly fell behind in the second, but won the second quarter also for a 53-47 lead at halftime. The hosts were able to put together a 35-point third to go up 19. Back-to-back threes by Clarkson built Cleveland's lead to 25, but the Wizards were able to chip away at the lead and make the margin 10 with just over 2 minutes to play. Osman made a free throw, but Jordan McRae made a jump shot. A few possessions later, Alec Burks was fouled, and he split the free throws with 55 seconds remaining. The Cavs went back to the free throw line, and Sexton sank both shots. McRae answered with a three to make it a 9-point game with less than 40 seconds left. Turnovers nearly cost Cleveland as they committed 15 on the evening. One of them happened on the ensuing possession as Clarkson turned it over and Troy Brown Jr. made a layup to make the score 115 to 108. McRae fouled Colin, but Sexton went 0 for 2, and after a Washington timeout, they only needed 3 seconds before McRae made another perimeter shot. Clarkson split a pair of foul shots to make it 116 to 111. Burks fouled McRae, and the Wizards took advantage of free points with the clock stopped to make the margin 3. Zeddy missed both free throws, but redeemed himself after the Wizards called a timeout to diagram a play. Osman blocked Troy Brown Jr.'s three-point attempt and secured the rebound, and Cleveland could exhale following a 116 to 113 victory. On Saturday, the Cavs tried to keep pace offensively against the Mavericks in downtown Cleveland, but ran out of gas, like many games this season, so they failed to get their third straight win. The defense did not set a good tone as Dallas put a 40 spot in the first quarter. Thankfully for Cleveland, they cooled down a bit as they held the visitors to 18 in the second frame. The third quarter did not get away from them, but they did not provide enough offense in the final 12 minutes of play, and as a result lost 111 to 98. The Cavaliers did a very good job of taking care of the basketball, giving it away just 6 times. In stark contrast, the three-point shots would not go down as they were 17.4%. Dallas was led by their rookie superstar Luka Doncic as he posted 35 points, 11 rebounds in almost 33 minutes of play. The Cavs defense likewise could not find an answer for Harrison Barnes in the fourth quarter as he would wind up with 17 points. So 3 nights after being on the wrong side of the scoreboard against the Mavericks, Cleveland welcomes Boston into town tonight. 72 hours later, the Cavs play in the nation's capital to see if they can try to beat the Wizards for the second time in just over a week. The road trip continues with the Pacers Saturday. Cleveland returns home on Monday as they host New York. All 4 aforementioned games take place at just after 7 p.m. Eastern Time. The standings show that the Cavaliers are no longer at the foot of the Eastern Conference standings, as the Knicks are 10 and 42. As a matter of fact, they do have a better record than the 11 and 44 Phoenix Suns going into play today. So Cleveland is 11 and 42. As for the current playoff positioning, the Miami Heat occupy the final spot at 24 and 27. Moving up the table in the Eastern Conference, the Charlotte Hornets are at 500, having played 52 games. The Brooklyn Nets are 6th at 28 and 27. Then Indiana, who are in a tie with the Boston Celtics and Philadelphia 76ers, at 34 and 19. The 38 and 16 Toronto Raptors sit second behind a team that beat them at Air Canada Centre last week, and the third time in 4 meetings this season, the 39 and 13 Milwaukee Bucks. Shifting to the Western Conference, the Los Angeles Clippers are a half a game ahead of the Sacramento Kings for the 8th spot. The 7 ahead of them have at least 30 wins at this stage of the season. Utah, San Antonio, and Houston are 7th through 5th in that order. Portland is on a 3-game winning streak. in fourth. Oklahoma City is a game up on them. Denver and Golden State each have 37 wins, but the Warriors are ahead since they have one fewer loss than the Nuggets. So they are the top seed in the West as things stand. The Patriots were 13-3 winners over the Rams in Super Bowl 53 Sunday. As I watched part of that game live at a restaurant when it was 3-0 New England in the second quarter, I thought the game might turn out like Super Bowl 38. In that game, there was a lot of defense in the first half, but lots of big plays offensively in the final 30 minutes, but it didn't turn out that way. Los Angeles missed too many opportunities, and for any underdog, especially on a grand stage, they almost always come back to haunt the said team. So, checking the YouTube NFL highlights and the NFL app, both the Patriots and Rams missed a field goal and turned it over at least one time. New England got a Sony Michel touchdown with 7 minutes left in the fourth, and Stephon Gilmore's interception led to Stephen Gostkowski's second made field goal from 41 yards to clinch the Super Bowl. The Patriots kicker hit from 39 early in the second quarter, and Greg Zuerlein made one from 53 late in the third for Los Angeles' only points. The halftime commercial for the centennial anniversary of the NFL was well done. Having all the great players, past and present, dressed up in formal attire and chasing each other around, messing tables, knocking them down, was funny. Like many other Cleveland fans on Twitter, I hope it was an omen that Tom Brady was asking Baker Mayfield to hold his rings, and maybe the Browns will be able to have some of his success. Whether or not it is Cleveland, I expect it to be at least a decade or two before another NFL team has more than at least half the success New England Patriots have enjoyed for almost 20 years in the Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, Robert Kraft era. The Browns were able to record 4 NFL titles between 1950 through 64 after taking the All-American Football League championships from 1946 to 1949. So who knows, maybe they'll have the start of another run. But they're going to have to draft well, and hopefully that commercial there with Brady handing those rings to Mayfield is a sign of things to come. But we'll see. Please check out the Facebook group North Texas Browns Backers page and hit the like button for the latest updates there. The text of this blog is available at http://www.mjbolesta2blog.wordpress.com. I'm on Twitter at mjbolesta2, on Facebook at Michael Bolesta, and on Instagram at mjbolesta2, as in the number 2. Archive videos on YouTube can be found by searching Michael Bolesta, Roman numeral 2. May God bless you. Have a great week. Be safe and take care.